Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the 5 Minute Podcast. It's a show where I sit in front of a camera and talk about something and then post it on the internet. Today's episode we're talking about Broadway. A quick disclaimer before we get started. I've been known to enjoy a Broadway show from time to time, so just be aware that this is not me blindly hating on Broadway. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a character just off stage on a Broadway show? Like, you're not in the show, you're just experiencing the show. Because I have. I don't know why, but I have. I know, it seems weird. It is weird, but let's not talk about that. It creates some situations where people have questions. Like, let's take Hamilton, for example. If you're sitting on the outside of Hamilton, the musical, and just experiencing it as part of that world, you have some questions. Did no one at any point during the conversations between Jefferson and Lafayette mention the fact that they look exactly the same? Like, I feel like that had to come up. Like, I feel like they were talking to each other and go, yeah, revolution in France, we really need to get these things figured out, topple the monarchy, all that good stuff, but can we discuss what's going on here? Like, you look an awful lot like me, and I want to figure out why. Or, like, in the relative middle part of the show, when Alexander and Eliza get married, and then Angelica just rewinds time. Like, as an outside observer that's still part of the world, wouldn't you have to go, wait a minute, she could have done that the whole time? Why then? Why couldn't she? If she could, questions. Another one that I saw was, I saw the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade last week, the sort of pre-recorded version that they did, and one of the performances was from the cast of Mean Girls. Now, I'm all for Mean Girls. I really like the musical. It's really good. But I feel like, again, as a casual observer inside the world of the Mean Girls musical, someone had to mention the fact that at one point during one of the songs, two gentlemen lift Regina George up, take her backwards 3 steps, put her down, and then walk 3 steps forward with her, so she's in the exact same spot she started. Did she hire these gentlemen? Did they just decide to do that on their own free will? And if they did, you gotta feel like they were kind of disappointed when they walked 3 steps forward because all of their work was undone. It wasn't like they were picking her up to put her on a platform or like taking her to a spot where she could go somewhere else. They just picked her up, dropped her back 3 steps, and then she walked forward 3 steps. The other one that I think someone would have a few questions about is that there is a Broadway musical out there called Jagged Little Pill. The songs of Alanis Morissette in the record Jagged Little Pill to real life situations. The only problem is that it seems by all indication to be set after Alanis Morissette released Jagged Little Pill, and no one at any point during the musical mentions the fact that everybody is singing, or all of the dialogue seems to come in the context of Alanis Morissette songs. This is set, I imagine, in the universe that we live in, and by all indication is set post-release of Jagged Little Pill. Like, at some point someone would have had to stop and go, isn't that an Alanis Morissette song? This is a really overthought and unnecessary way to present things, but it was a thought I had. I want everyone to understand that I am 100% aware that this is an incredibly silly way to look at this stuff. I really like Broadway. I want that to be known, and I understand that these things are part of the shows and should remain part of the shows. I'm not asking anybody to change them. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just being silly for a moment. I know that Broadway fans are pretty serious about this stuff. All right? This is in no way serious. At all. Whatsoever. Don't hurt me. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, share it with your friends so that they can enjoy it too. Feel free to give some feedback on the 5 Minute Podcast. What do you think I'm doing well? What do you think I'm not doing well? whether it's in the comments or social media or whatever. Feedback is always welcome. Check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/RyanElliottLive. Of course, subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on all of the uploads I've got going on. And thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time.